is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are going over the elite hero Artas that you get for pre-registering for Eternal Evolution. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up this video is greatly appreciated. My pre-registration link will be down below in the description box and the comment section. This is a very, very strong hero, and we are, 6 days away from global launch. I am going to continue to shove this game down your throat, whether you like it or not. So we got some more stuff to go over. So let's check out this hero, right? All right, so here he is right here. I got him up to a mythic rarity. When you first get him on your global launch for pre-registration, he will be an elite. You're gonna have to evolve him to get him stronger. Bottom left corner right there, we got Artas, Blade of Vengeance. We take a look, he is a Vanguard melee class with a mix of damage and defense. Now, this guy is actually pretty crazy. He has a very niche play style to it, which makes him really tanky as a melee damage dealer. Let's take a look at his skills real quick. His ultimate ability, Declaration of Vengeance, chooses an enemy in his range, deals a bunch of damage based on his defense. So that is what this guy is all about. He is about putting out damage based on the amount of defense he has. So because of that, obviously we want to buff his defense as high as possible, because all of his damage from his special abilities is based on a percentage of his defense. Puts the enemy in the vengeance state for 9 seconds. Now there are some typos in this text, so we're just gonna address that really quick. So they're put in the vengeance state, but then it says enemies in the revenge state. So vengeance and revenge is the same thing. It is just a translation error or typo or whatever, but it is the same exact thing. So when they're put in that vengeance state, will become main targets for Artas and have their damage reduction decrease by a percentage, 8%. So they're gonna take more damage, and then each 5% of HP lost will further decrease the damage reduction of the enemy by 1% up to 15. So pretty much the more HP they lose, the more damage they're gonna take. So we can really burst down single targets very, very well. Then as you level it up, it just increases the percentage of the defense damage. And we also have a talent effect down below, increases the duration of Avenger by 3 seconds. Vengeance, Revenge, and Avenger. They got 3 different names for it. It's all the same thing though, don't be confused. Hopefully they address that before global launch happens. Talent effect is in the talent area. We're gonna go over that in a little bit. His common ability right here called Split. After every 3 basic attacks, his next basic attack is enhanced, inflicts a percentage of his defense as damage. So again, all about that defensive damage. And then a talent effect we have when his HP drops below 50%, his empowered basic attacks also gain life steal. So that's sick. I mean, he's pumping out a ridiculous amount of damage already, and then he's going to just heal himself up. So you have some really good self-heal. Very, very strong. Other common ability, Destructive Slash. He leaps in the air, slashes an enemy in front of him, does a percentage of defense as damage, and gains 1500 AS, which is attack speed, for the next 4 basic attacks. Talent effect, increase the damage the skill inflicts to enemies by 20%. And then finally, his passive ability enhances the vengeance effect. Each 5% HP loss will further decrease damage reduction by 1.6%. Overall, this guy is really, really good. Let's take a look at the equipment that I have on him. Obviously, you want to buff his defense. What I went ahead and did was put a lot of the defensive gear sets on him. And it is only 2 to get that bonus. So you can go ahead and put it on him 3 times. So these do stack. If you take a look right here, we have it twice. Defense increased by 15%. Defense increased by 15% twice. You could get it up to 3 times. Just a bonus tip, if you ever are confused and you don't know which gear to put on which hero, if you take a look at the little thumbs up icon right here, this will show you all of the gear sets that is recommended for that hero. And also you'll notice in the top right corner a thumbs up icon. This is showing you that this is a good piece of gear to put on that specific hero. But we'll click this and you'll see that the set recommendation is Steady or Gluttony, either increasing his defense or increasing his attack speed. I think the defensive increase is a lot better, so I would just put 3 of these sets on him. because the Gluttony set does require 4 pieces of the same type of gear. So, I mean, you could go gluttony and steady. So you could go 4 and 2, so that would be 6, or you could just go straight hard with the defense. Currently, he's got 2,455 defense. So he really takes a lot of reduced damage and then puts out a lot of damage. If we go to his talents, you don't need to pick a path for these. You can just do all of them. The only problem is you need a lot of these soul potions. Soul potions are really, really hard to come by. The main way, and really the only way to get it as a free-to-play, is through the Wasteland. Otherwise, you can go to the store and buy them, which if you are a spender, this is a resource that is definitely worth spending money on and buying. But as you evolve him and increase his rarity, these talents will unlock and you'll be able to activate them and get bonuses. Now, the problem with this character is the fact that he doesn't have any AoE damage. For the story chapter missions, he is okay. He's not bad. He puts out a lot of single target damage, but like that's the thing. In the story missions, you want to have a lot of characters that have really good AoE, so that way you can just get through it as fast as possible. You just want to hit all the 5 enemies at one shot with your ultimate and then just be done with it and move on to the next level. The story chapter missions are quite a grind to get through, just so you can kind of unlock all of the features, all of the game modes as well. But one area that he really strives well in is the Terra Dome. This is a boss dungeon, and this is specifically going to give you the divine prototypes. This is really good. You can get a bunch of different ones depending on your level, but you know, it just helps power up your team. So very, very important dungeon not to overlook. Boss, you'll notice that this is actually favored towards melee damage dealers. So the way this guy works is you'll see damage caused by units outside the circle will be greatly reduced. Make sure to use melee heroes in this battle. So what happens is we're going to jump into a battle real quick just so I can demonstrate it. But you'll notice that you want to have all melee damage dealers, which is why Artas is really good for this. We'll go ahead, let's bang out just one for demonstration purposes, and you're going to see this kind of like thing, this blue circle around him, and pretty much you want all of your characters to be in that circle. If you have any ranged characters in this boss dungeon, they're going to put out like no damage at all, so it makes it completely useless. So he's really good for that because he has amazing single target damage, as you saw through his skills. And if you take a look, let's watch his ultimate ability real quick. Once it goes up, just want you to pay attention to this HP bar, how it just goes flying down. Ready? Watch this. He's going to go up next and he's just going to burn this. Look at, bam, look at that huge chunk. I mean, he just starts teeing off on the boss. There's a lot of ways to get him. Like you can buy him in shops and stuff throughout the game with different materials, and he's just a very accessible hero. Like that's why he's one of the very first characters that I actually evolved up to a mythic, because I just had so many copies of him. You know, you're gonna get a lot of copies of him. Very easy to evolve. Definitely worth investing in because you can use him for boss battles. Really good for that single target damage that you're looking for. And he also has that high survivability, the fact that he has that self heal, and he's going to have high defense as well. But that is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. We are getting ready for global launch. We are only 6 days away. I am super duper excited. I'm going to make a new account on the American server, and I'm going to start grinding with you guys on day 1. Stay happy, stay safe, my friends. I'll see y'all later. Peace.